Hello, this is Martin coming at you of the webinar, which has gotten over 21 viewers from 2024. And from 2024, I've gotten 21 viewers who went way back 5 years, like 6 years, to look at how I paid off my 2012 Camry. And 17 months. I'll tell you a little bit of story. I'm going to update that a little, give you a little background of one issue that was going on with my student loan. I'll let you know how much my student loan was, and then why I felt the pressure to get it paid off. Well, currently I did a more up-to-date webinar, how to pay off your car loan in 36 months without giving up Starbucks. This is my Starbucks for today. Or being cheap, and that's starting to pick up too. And yes, eventually I'm going to develop some programs for you, and I'm going to ask for your money, because the information alone is not going to help you, because it didn't help me. I had to do a lot of things and get some input from a lot of people before I got the impetus, or got to finally pull it all together. Just recently, finally, 2 days ago, I finally got over having to have a luxury car. Mercedes, Audis, I see them all over, and I don't know. There's way too many cars that are luxury cars for the amount of money or jobs that I see. I just came down one street. I saw Dairy Queen was empty. Another doctor's office was empty and closed off. Old furniture restaurant. I'm in Riverside 74 in Hemet right now. And you see some of these more traditional, even a franchise, out of business. But we'll talk about that later. Now I'm going to kind of I'm going to come to you with a couple of different webinars where I just kind of go off topics, kind of like give you a little history. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the 80s. And if you ever go to YouTube, you have the biggest biggest database of music ever, especially from the 80s. Go back and just listen to the music. It was more like one of the more happier times in America where, get out of my dreams. I remember the first cassette I ever bought was the Pac-Man Fever one, and it was Defender and a Do the Donkey Kong. Go to YouTube. I think I found that was Buckner and Garcia or someone. I know one of the names is Buckner. Go back on YouTube, look at that. That was the first CD I ever bought, and I bought it for $9, and I think I saved quarters. I think I saved about a month and a half to finally get enough money to have Grandpa, his nickname was Hog, take me to like a place called a music store. That was my first CD, and I think I bought CDs and cassettes all the way up till I was almost 27. No, until I was 37, and I lived in Sacramento for a while. And there was this place called Tower Records where I'd go from Davis, California with my car to Sacramento. And that's where you were able to get all the CDs. And they used to have places where you bought posters and stuff. And there was a time where you couldn't just go on your radio and just get someone to give you some effort to you can just go on your radio, or there was no such thing as iPods or podcasts or music like that. You'd have to actually spend. I think I spent like thousands of dollars on cassettes and CDs. But one band that I remember, I kind of looked at, I Blame It on the Rain. I just think about Milli Vanilli, and they came out with this they came out with their song, but what happened was they got caught lip singing. And it turned into like a big scandal, and you're not real artists and stuff. And they sort of lost some of their luster and stuff. But I think eventually, considering how many views if you look at the views, you see 321 million or something. But it's so funny because that's what we've become today. We've become a Milli Vanilli society, where Milli Vanilli, they got caught because they had this one image where they were singing and dancing and stuff. But then in the background, they heard someone else actually who wrote the music for them, possibly lip sing. But that's how we are now. We've become a society where you can get on your phone and stuff. That's why Facebook, you can show all this stuff going on. You can show food. You can show yourself working out. You can show yourself, I don't know, doing all kind of bizarre stuff. But then in the background, the person's probably depressed, getting divorced, Wives having an affair, husbands having an affair, wife is gay, husband's gay. They got a dog in the house. We love our dog, but they're sick of the dog pissing in the house, but they're going to show you a picture of the dog like begging and looking good. I mean, we've become like a society where, like Milli Vanilli, you have one look, the fake side, but then you have the other side where they're just totally depressed, probably about to blow their brains out. But what I wanted to tell you, but the topic of today, I just want to like kind of put it in your mind. If you're going to go the social media route, in any route, social media, call, talking, is basically publish or perish. Publish or perish, that was like a little rhyme or something. There was a rule that if you go for the master's or PhD, like to stay in college, stay as a professor, you have to always publish something new. Even if it's something stupid, you just have to try to get it published. That was how universities got their notoriety and stuff. But basically, I want you guys to go. Let me give you some names. Will Smith, the one who was just recently in a Gemini Man. Tom Cruise, who's going to be in Top Gun. And, oh, God, who is another? Oh, Michael Douglas, Gemini Man, Meryl Streep, Tom Cruise. Oh, there's one I can't think of, but I want you just to like think. Those are like some of the biggest actors that came out of the 80s, and what they've been doing from the 80s until now, they just keep making movies, even if the movie bombs. I remember one of Will Smith's movies, like not before the Gemini Man sort of bombed. There's another movie that lost a lot of money. There's Michael Douglas. He was the one that he was like in Fatal Instinct, the guy who was in the biggest, that Marvel one with Ant-Man. Well, before that, go back and look about the movie. He did the Romancing the Stone movie. And then if you go back and listen to, I have Michael Douglas. Oh, Tom Cruise. And if you go back to look at Tom Cruise, he started off in a movie called Risky Business. What they all have in common is even if they fail, even if they've like movies of off $20 to $30 million, they still keep producing. That's basically what you have to do in this society. If you're going to pull on that fake Milli Vanilli look, like you want to keep putting on Facebook, YouTube, putting stuff out there like your life is good, well, you better do it every day. Because as soon as you stop, unfortunately, someone's going to take your place. And what I like about the 80s was, it was like a time of such optimism. But like I kind of look at the world since the 2008 recession. I mean, that's when everything, like the world came to an end. That's when thousands of retailers, like there were places like Macy's, The Gap, BB. Help me. Comment below. And can you imagine a time where people didn't buy stuff on Amazon? I mean, just think, isn't that exciting when you just would go into a store and buy stuff? I mean, can you imagine? Can you see yourself going into like a store and trying on stuff instead of getting it from Amazon? That was the world that existed before the Amazon. So you kind of almost have like a pre-Amazon logistics warehouse world versus the post world out of post-2008, which really didn't pick up to, there's a barking dog. They must know I'm on a video. As soon as I talk, I can be in the middle of the desert. Here comes a barking dog. Everyone wants to be in this. Everyone wants to be in pictures now. So, but it was so funny because now I just think if you drive around where I live at, even Chino, a high-level neighborhood, like you have like $500,000, $600 houses. You drive down Euclid, you make a right, you find all these different warehouses. It's like warehouse, like fulfillment centers is what you call it. San Bernardino, Redlands, just all these big warehouses. And that's where people are working now. Who would think 20 years, I worked in a warehouse 30 years ago. And I didn't just work in a warehouse. I ran machines, I produced parts. But we have basically a generation of people who are, all they know is about quick, pick it up, send it out. And I'm just thinking, how long can that possibly go on? I mean, there's got to be a saturation point. How many warehouses can you build? And I just see it's about to all come to an end. Because basically you sort of have like the baby generation, they're about to retire and they're starting to die off. Then once they die off, you're going to have the generation that comes after them. And I'm like, they'll be like, unless you know how to sell, my goal is like, if you don't know how to sell and relate to people, you're going to end up a picker. And do you want to be a picker, man? It's a great job. I mean, it's a way to make money. You need to make money. I want you to be there. But I want you to kind of listen to some of these 80s music, you know. Look at how, like, when the going gets tough. When things get bad, you got to, like, suck it up. And kind of like now we have people who, it's like they've been beaten down so much. They had a car. The car is their only status. They have so little money. And then I think if they get the luxury car, you know, you'll feel good. People will watch you. That's all they got, man. They have no type of, they live at home or they live with 5 or 6 roommates and the only real thing they own is their car. And is that the kind of person you want to be? That's why when I look back at the 80s, I think about Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Michael Douglas, Fatal Attraction. What they keep doing, they keep producing, they keep reinventing yourselves. And that's why I want you to go back. Look at some of these 80s music. Look at how, like, things got tough. You know, they adjusted your strategy. And that's what you got to do now. Wherever you are today, you got to say, okay, where am I going to be tomorrow? Because one thing I do see, we need people who do sales, do marketing. Because in the end, this warehouse stuff has got to collapse. Amazon is already getting rid of it. As soon as Amazon gets rid of their logistics and starts pawning the logistics off on these so-called low-cost carrier, you're going to see like a big collapse of any carrier that is just going to compete on price. They're done. If they don't know how to market and sell, they're going to collapse. Everyone can't do drop shipping. It just doesn't make sense. Eventually someone's going to say, you know, I just need to go to a store and get stuff, you know, and you can't just keep returning stuff. And I see, like, it's just like too many carriers out there. Every dime, too many truckers. It's just too much of all that out there. And when I think of the Milli Vanilli lifestyle, it's got to come to an end, man. You can't keep just going to some job, picking stuff, thinking you're going to drive a Mercedes, you're going to drive an Audi, you're going to drive like a Camaro, Charger. There's got to be a price paid for that. Can't live at home with mom and dad because they hate you. They're like, this guy's driving a new car and he's living at home. And he's like 25 to 30 year old. It's like, no. You got to get that 80s mentality where you say, you know what? The going gets tough, as Billy Ocean says, the going gets going. You got to get up. You got to take it to the next level, man. You can't be like Milli Vanilli in their song, Blame It on the Rain. You can't blame it on the man. You can't blame it on the society. With all this technology and stuff, one thing missing, though, is that human connection. If you know how to relate to humans, you need to show them like you're human. You have problems, you overcome problems. That's what's going to separate you. You're not going to grow your business over social media. I see so many people doing the stupidest stuff on social media. But one thing I don't see them working. Are you out there selling? They don't sell. They just think, I'm going to look at your picture like you look at me and I'm going to come buy something. No, that's what I mean. This mentality is like, just because I see you doesn't mean I actually see you. You got to talk to me. Let me see what... Make me overcome my objections. Make me think. And that's why the logistics is about to collapse. Because basically no one knows how to sell. And Amazon basically has like the monopoly on some of the best salespeople. Apple and some of the bigger multi-billion-dollar ones. So basically all you have out there when it comes to like the biggest industry right now with these carriers is just you just have them out there competing on price. And that's going to come to an end. So... basically, as we head toward what I'm trying to say is, I really don't know what I'm trying to say. I know I got some theme I want with the 80s, but am I right? Do you think what I'm saying is correct? Let me check my notes. I mean, isn't it cool that maybe you can one day, instead of ordering something over a computer, actually go into a store and have some person make you think instead of you working on price? Do you think it's okay? How do you think? You think it's okay just to have a luxury car and think life is good? And that's it. That's all you have. You eat at, you shop at a 99-cent store. What's this other thing I heard on the news about? I looked at some company advertising defective food or something. I mean, is that the kind of society you want to live in? I'm 50-something, and I can't imagine a sign. Hey, let's go buy defective food. Let's go buy defective packaging. You want to do it every day, do you? You don't, man. So. Listen to some 80s music. And remember what I said. If you want to stick to this social media thing, you better publish. You better publish like me every day. You better publish like Grant Cardone. You better publish till you die. And if you die, you better put a camera in your coffin and I better see the rats and rodents eating you. And you better have somebody streaming that to the world. Because if not, you're going to be forgotten. And it's all about follow up, and you got to be top of mind now. So think about that 80s mentality. Blame it on the rain. Just go look at some of those movies I talked about. The difference between those and those people today, these actors now, after 1 or 2 movies, they're done. You know why? They don't know how to handle they don't know how to handle failure. And that's what's going to set you apart. Learn how to talk to people. Go back and listen, watch my past things on how to pay off your car loan faster, how to pay your student loan faster. Only way you're going to make it in this world, you better know how to have some energy. You better know how to make your money. And like Grant Cardone, keep it. And like me now, I got to learn how to multiply it. So until then, take a look. Go look at some of those videos. Learn why you need to have money. It's up to you. Am I right? Why don't you comment, subscribe below. You think I'm right what I'm saying? You don't think it's exciting to maybe have extra money? And like have more than just a car? Do you want more in life? Just a car? Let me know.